right, it is a day dedicated to love, Valentine's Day, coming up on Saturday. But for some, it's perhaps one of the most stressful holidays of the year.
And here to share some tips on how to beat the Valentine's Day blues is Amanda Prestage, a licensed marriage and family therapist and the founder of Thrive Coastal Therapy. Good evening and welcome to Fox 5.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know, let's talk about the Valentine's Day blues. You know, not a lot of people think about it, but that particular holiday can overwhelm people.
Absolutely. It's a really challenging time, especially if you're single, recently divorced, widowed, or maybe even in a relationship and you're feeling disconnected from your partner. And it comes off the tail end of Thanksgiving, which can be challenging. And then we've got Christmas, New Year's, you have winter, and people are experiencing seasonal affective disorder with shorter days, and now you get hit with Valentine's Day. It's really hard. People are struggling right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen an increase in this, and does it affect men and women the same?
Absolutely. So it does impact men and women the same, but what we find is that men seem to move through it more quickly. Women, on the other hand, can really sit with that for a number of weeks.
The truth is women and men are wired so differently, and that's part of the reason why.
You don't say.
That's right. That's right, Andrew.
We've all learned the hard way.
Yeah, you all learned the hard way.
Yeah, this is exactly right. And, you know, research shows that, you know, not only is it that men and women have these differences, but also that age can also play a factor as well. So millennials are really struggling. We find that about 43% of them, so younger adults are struggling with the Valentine's Day blues. Generation X, not so bad, 34%, and the boomers are just doing a wonderful job at 28%. It seems like as we get older, we really seem to be able to develop like skills and tools that can help us get through it.
Do you think there's something going on with this generation of younger people who are dealing with things that maybe previous generations didn't?
Absolutely. I think that social media is really playing a huge part in this. In fact, I saw a recent TikTok where a young man bought his partner this massive bouquet of red roses, and right now a dozen red roses cost about $150. So something this big is going to be $500 to $1,000. So the pressure, and also social media, it's curated, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's really realistic for individuals, and there's a sense of failure if you can't meet that expectation, and if you're on the receiving end, why did I only get a dozen? They don't love me as much as the girl on TikTok.
Well, I think, you know, again, we have to stop and think, like most of us can stop and think, well, they get that for free, or they're promoting something, or what have you.
Absolutely.
But regardless, it just completely, you know, for people, it just ruins them.
It does. It really, you know, people struggle with that. And I think what we're finding is not only are they struggling with the, you know, the loneliness and the sadness leading up to it, but it can last for weeks after. And that kind of rumination persists. And that's where we get really concerned.
So what is your advice for people who do ruminate, who do, you know, overthink, I guess you could say, but just think about these things time and time again?
Yeah, look, I think that if you're getting stuck and you're not able to stop the rumination, that's where we can really go out and reach for some support and some specialized help, because, you know, 6 to 12 sessions of therapy can really shift things very quickly. You know, the other thing is there are some practical solutions that you can do that just don't cost money and isn't therapy based. So, you know, going out, being your own Valentine's Day, so if you don't have someone, you know, go buy yourself the flowers or get your favorite meal. You can even make an Epsom salts bath, do some self-care, go for a walk. Get together with some friends for Valentine's Day. I saw there's roller skating in Petco Park. You know, go do fun things like that.
So what if these blues, these Valentine's blues, last much longer than even Valentine's Day?
Absolutely.
What do you do?
Yeah. So, you know, when it's normal to feel down for a week or so, that's normal. But if it's persisting 3, 4, 5 weeks and it's not getting better, especially at the tail end of the holiday season, and you've really been, you know, really struggling, that's where you want to go and get help. I think speak to a professional and just know that you don't have to suffer.
Talk about being proactive when it comes to mental health. What kind of things can we do, can people out there do when it comes to, okay, I know this holiday's coming, or I know this event's coming, or I'm really struggling with it. What can we do to be ahead of the game?
Well, first of all, if you're in a relationship, I think really having an open, honest, I say connecting conversation with your loved one around expectations. You know, things are really expensive right now. And so I think being proactive around that communication can be so helpful in setting you up for success. And being creative, you know, it doesn't cost a lot of money. We can go back to the basics. On my drive down this afternoon, the sunset here was amazing. We have the best sunsets on the West Coast. You can pack a picnic, go to the beach, and just get back to the basics and enjoy that time together. But other things, you know, getting together with friends, speaking to people, self-care, making sure that you're getting adequate sleep and exercise and healthy nutrition. I think our gut-brain health is so incredibly important. But again, I think that if it's really persisting and you just can't shake it, you know, don't suffer. There are people out there that can really help.
Talk to a professional.
Talk to a professional.
So how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can just Google us at Thrive Coastal Therapy. You can call us as well at 442-244-0019. We have an amazing team. Currently, we only have 2 locations in North County. Hopefully, we'll have one in San Diego soon. But you know, there are wonderful therapists ready to help. And we take most major insurances as well. So you know, therapy is affordable. It could be just as simple as a $20 copay.
Very good. Amanda, thank you so much for the
Amanda,
insight.
Thank you.
Good
Have
advice for a lot of
lovely
folks out there.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. We'll be right back here on the Fox 5 News at 7:30.